So now we are starting with set notation and Venn diagram, the last class. So this is lecture number 3. Now let's look at this question. The question says, in a sports club, 24 members play basketball. So B stands for basketball, 28 play cricket, C stands for cricket, 16 play football, F stands for football, 11 play cricket and football. So cricket and football is this thing. The total is 11. 6 play basketball and football. Basketball and football, this whole thing is 6. 5 members play all 3 games. So 5 goes over here. And 8 members play none of these games. So 8 goes on the outside. Now remember that this is the first time we are doing a word problem in which we are dealing with 3 sets, F, C, and B. And the rule is from here till here till here, we grow outside. So that's the rule. And when it says 28 play cricket, that means this whole thing is 28 because it does not say only. 16 play football, this whole thing is 16. 24 play basketball, this whole thing is 24. Now we have to complete the Venn diagram and hence work out the total number of members in the club. So let's get started. Let me first fill it up. So we are starting with this. 5 play all 3 games. So 5 goes over here. 8 members played none of these games. So 8 goes over here. And then let's start moving upwards. 6 play basketball and football. So now basketball and football, this whole thing, which I'm highlighting, this whole thing is 6. That means this one will be 1. Why? Because 5 plus 1 equals to the 6. What's the next thing? 11 play cricket and football. So now cricket and football, this whole thing is 11. So 11 minus 5 is 6. So therefore, this is 6 over here and 5 was already there. So now this thing is done. What's the other one? That is 9 play basketball and cricket. So 9 play basketball and cricket. So this green area, the whole thing is 9. So therefore, this is 4. So over here, 4 plus 5, this equals to 9. Now this thing has been filled up. Now let's focus on this one over here. That is 16 play football. So let me use a highlighter over here, an orange highlighter. This whole thing, let me make it thinner. So this whole thing over here, that is football. This whole thing is what? This whole thing is 16. So therefore we have, let me use a black marker over here. So we have what? We have 6 plus 5 plus 1. That is 12. And this is 16. That means that over here is 4. There are 4 people who play football only. So 4 is football only. And what else is there? Now let's focus on the other one. That is 28 play cricket. So now this whole thing over here, this is 28. So we have over here 4 plus 6, 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 28 minus 15 is 13. So let me write 13 over here. So that is 13 play cricket only. Now the last one is left. That is this. So over here, we are interested in 24 members play basketball. So this thing over here, this whole thing is 24. So therefore, 1 plus 4 plus 5, that is 10. 24 minus 10, this is 14. So there are 14 people over here. So let me just erase this. There are 14 people over here that play basketball only. So B ball, there are 14 people only. Now, how many people are there altogether? So we can start with anyone. Let's say this whole thing, for example, basketball, this whole thing is how much? That's 24. So this is 24 plus 10. That is 34. 34 plus 13. So 34 and 13, that is 47. And 47 plus 8, that is 55. So therefore, the total number of people in this, is it a sports club? Yeah, it's a sports club, is 55. That is the answer for part 1. This is A, part 1. Hence, work out the total members in the club. That's done. So actually, this is part 2. Part 1 is over here. That's what we have completed. And this answer is 55. Let's double check. So over here, this is the correct Venn diagram, everything. And this is 55. And this is the Venn diagram. So this is all good. Now let's start with the second part over here. That's this thing. Now it says in another sports club, the members of the number of members playing basketball, cricket, and football are shown in the Venn diagram. So now this is another sports club. And number of elements in F complement. So this is F. And what's not part of F is the F complement. So that's 20 and 11 and 5 and 4. So this first part is the addition of these. So that's 20 plus 11 plus 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 11 is 20. 20 plus 20 is 40. That's this answer. What's the other one? The other one is number of elements in F union C intersection B complement. Now, first of all, the easiest way is just to write it separately. That also you can do. This whole thing is B complement. That is the 16 and 3 and 20 and 4. So let me just highlight this. So we have 16, we have 3, we have 20, we have 4. This is B complement over here. And we are also interested in F union C. So let me just erase this thing. First of all, this green one is B complement. And what about the purple one? That is F union C. So F union C is this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this. All this is F union C. So that's the purple one. And it's an intersection between the two. So what's something which is not only purple, that's also green. So purple and green, purple and green, purple and green. So these three are the one. So it's both. So therefore, that's both purple and green. So therefore, we will write 20 plus 3 plus 16. That is 39. That's the answer for this. So this answer is 40. This is 39. This is 40. This is 39. And this thing is done. So that's how this first question is successfully completed. Let's move to this question. The question says, universal set is such that, hold for a second, let me highlight this. Universal set is such that x is an integer and x lies between 2 and 14. So all these values are representing the universal set. 2, 3, 4, dot, 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 all the way till 14. What is A? A is such that x is a prime number. So A is 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and then 12, 13. This is A. And what about B? B is such that B is an element of multiple of 3. So this is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 is not there. So let's just stop over here. And the first one, this thing is A. This is the universal set. List the members of A union B, the whole thing complement. Now, first of all, let's write down what's A union B. So A union B is 3 is common. And then what else is common? Nothing else is common. So that's 2, 3. And this is 5. And this is 6. And this is 7. And 9. And then 11, 12, and 13. So therefore, A union B, the whole thing complement should be starting from 2, not 1. So 2, 3 is there. 4 is not there. And then 5, 6 is there. 8 is not there. 9 is there. 10 is not there. 10 is not there. And then what else is there? 11, 12, 13, and 14. So 4, 8, 10, 14. So this is 4, 8, 10, 14. That's the first one. Number of elements in A intersection B. Now over here, if I'm interested in A intersection B, so I think 3 is the only one that's common. Yeah, that is only one element. The element is 3 itself. A intersection B is 3. And how many are there? Only one. Now, let's focus on this. Given that C is a subset of A, and I need more space, so let me just copy this and transfer it to the next page. Okay, so let me add a page over here, and we can work this part out over here. That is this part, and going back to this. Okay, so now it says, given that C is an element of A, C is a subset of A, not element, this is subset. So let me just highlight this. C is a subset of A, and number of elements in C equals to 3. And B intersection C is a null set. There is nothing common between B and C. This is called null set. The intersection is 0. List the member of a possible set C. Now, this is a good question. C could be anything in which there should be 3 numbers. It's a subset of A. It's a subset of A. That means it has to be a prime number, but it has nothing to do with B. So what about 5? Yes, 5 is a possibility. So let me choose a green color. 5 is in a number. C is a subset of A. So 5 can be taken out from A. And what else is there? What about 7? Yes. And what about 11? Yes. So these 3 numbers are there. Now let's double check. What have I done? I have looked at A, and I'm saying it has nothing common with B. B and C have nothing in common. So B is 3, 6, 9, 12. What about A? I have 2. I can take that out. I have 5. I have 7. So let me also write 2 over here. So 2 is also a possibility. But since the number of elements is 3, so either I choose 2, 5, 7, or I choose 5, 7, 11, or maybe 2, 5, 11, and so on. So let's focus on this. So 3 out of 2, 5, 7, 11, and yes, there is also 13. So I think I messed out 13. 13 is also there. So let me just highlight this. So therefore, the possibility for C could be 2, 3. 3 is there. 2, 5, 7, 11, 13. Since we have to choose 3, so it could be 2, 5, 7, or it could be 5, 7, 11, or it could be 7, 11, 13. Maybe it could be 2, 5, 11, or 2, 5, 13. So any 3 out of these 2. So choose any 3 from above. So that's the members of a possible set. So what we can do is that we can write, let's say 2, 5, 7, and just close the set. So this is one possible answer. If someone writes 2, 5, 11, that's also correct, and so on. Now let's focus on the second part. Now the question says, on the Venn diagram, shade P union R intersection Q complement. Now, first of all, P union R is everything over here in these 2. But it's intersecting with Q complement. So this is Q. And Q complement will include this and this and this and this, but we are intersecting. So therefore, the answer for this part is this. Let me just highlight this. This thing over here. And this thing over here, and this thing over here. So this is what the shading is. Now, the next one, part C. So what's in part C? It says a group of 80 people attended a recreation center on one day. 48 used the gym, 31 used the swimming pool, 17 used neither gym nor swimming pool. By drawing a Venn diagram, find the number of people who used both. So this is one of the traditional questions that we first solved in the second class. So as such, there is nothing special in this. So let me just draw a Venn diagram. Okay, and let me draw two circles over here, a red circle and a blue circle like this. Let me highlight it. So this G for gym, and this is G over here, and S for swimming pool. And the number of people using both is X. 48 use the gym, so 48 minus X use gym only. And 31 minus X use swimming pool only. 17 use neither of these two facilities. And altogether, it should add up to 80. So therefore, 48 minus X plus X plus 31 minus X plus 17 adds up to 80. So this is 48 plus 31, 48, 78, 79. This is 79 plus 17 minus X equals to 80. 79 plus 10, 89. 89 plus 7 is 96. 96 minus X is equals to 80. Therefore, X comes out to be 16. By the way, this negative X, this positive X gets cancelled out, and we are left with X is equals to 16. So who use both, that is X over here. So the number of people is 16. So now this is correct shading. This is 16. So this question is completed. Now, why don't you go ahead and try out this particular question? Let me pause the recording. Now, the question says, in a school, 24 students are members of the athletic club. So let me write it like this also. Number of people in the athletic club is 24. A stands for athletic club. 30 students are members of basketball club. Number of people in the B club is 30. And number of people in the drama club is 36. So this is A, this is B, this is C. And then it says 5 students are members of all 3 clubs. So therefore, I can write number of people in all 3 clubs, A intersection B intersection C equals to 5. Now, this is some extra information that I'm giving you over here. Extra in the sense that it's not required in the question, but it can be worded this way in some other question. So 5 goes in the middle. So let me write a 5 over here. And then it says 12 students are members of both A and D. So 12 is for both A and D. So let me start with this. That is this 12. That is A and D. So A and there is no C, there is D. Let me just erase this. So this is D. And A and D, that's 12. So therefore, this much is 12 minus 5, which is 7. So this 7 is basically is giving me 12 minus 5 is 7. And 13 students are members of both B and A. 13 of B and A. So this is 13 minus 5, which is 8. Or I can write it in another format, like I've done before. That is 7 plus 5 is 12. So this is 7 plus 5 is 12. 8 plus 5 is 13. Last one is 19, D and B. So D and B, this whole thing is 19. So 19 minus 5, that is 14. So this is 14 over here. So this is 14 plus 5. Now this thing is filled up. Now focus on the other one. That is this one. Let me write it in red. 24 are members of athletic club. So 24 is athletic. So 8 plus 7 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. So this is 24 minus 20, which is 4. This is A only. Similarly, this 24 is done, and then it's 30. So now 30 is B club. So 14 plus 5 is 19. 19 plus 8 is 27. So 30 minus 27, that comes out to be 3. This is B only. And then last but not the least, that is the club D, that is 36. So 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 14, that's 26. So this is 36 minus 26, that's 10. That is D only. And this 4 is A only. Now, is there anyone who's not playing none of these sports? We are not sure. How many students? It does not say anything about that. So that means on the outside, this is 0. Whatever is over here in these 3 circles, that make up the universal set. That should make up the total number of people in the club. Now it says how many students are members of the basketball club but not members of the other 2 clubs. That means that's basketball only. So that's 3. So that is this number. That is 3. This is members of basketball club but not members of any other club. That's 3. How many students are members of one or more of the clubs? So 1 or more, that means it could be this one. It could be, let me change the color. It could be this one. It could be this. 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 That means except for 5, everything is there. So let me write it down. 4, 8, 7. This is 4 plus 8 plus 7. And that's taking care of this, and this. And then it's 3 and 14 and 10. So this is 3 plus 14 plus 10. So let me add it up. So 4 plus 8 is 12. 7 plus 3 is 10. 12 plus 10 is 22. 22 plus 24. So that is 46. So this is the answer for second part. So answer of first part is 3. Answer of second part is 46. Now, this 3 is there. Why is it 51? Let me just double check. So I can even do this. Let me add 24 and 30 and 36 and just subtract this 5. So let me double check. Maybe I've made some error. 20, 30, 36. Is that the one? 24, not 20. 24, 30, and 36. So this is 24, 30, and 36. So 36 and 24 is 60. And 60 plus 30 is 90. That's the total number of people. But it says, what exactly does it say? How many students are member of one or more of the clubs? So this is one club. And this is 2 clubs. So except for this. So this answer should come out to be 90 minus 5. It should be 95. Why is it 46? Let me double check. Maybe I've made some error. So this is exactly one club, 4 and 3 and 7. So let me just double check. That's 4. That's 3. And that is 7. This is exactly one club. And then 8. Now, I think maybe I've overwritten something. Let me just highlight it. Okay. Now, first of all, let me write down. That is 4 plus 8, 12. 12 plus 12 is 24. 24 plus 17. So that is 24 plus 7. That is 31, 41. 41 plus 10, 51. I think this is perfectly right. This is 51. So I have done the addition correct. And this 90 is because this cannot be added because it includes overlapping region also. So that is why that cannot be done. So therefore, this correct answer is 51. That was including people who were part of this. So we have to subtract this and this and this. So that's not the right way. Just focus on this, except for this 5, add everything, and then you get the answer as 51. So that makes sense now. Now let's look at this question. It says in a survey, the number of people were asked, do you own a car? Do you own a bike? So this C for car, B for bike. The Venn diagram shows a set C of car owners, set B of bike owners. The letter P, Q, and X are the number of people in each subset. Now let me just double check. I think the recording is on. Yes, it's on. So now it says the letters P, Q, and X are members of people in each subset. 11 people owned neither a car nor a bike. A total of 66 people owned a car. So 66 people owned a car. That means P plus Q. P plus Q adds up to 66. This is equation 1. 4 times as many people owned a car only as owned a bike only. So bike only, let me just use an eraser over here. This is car only is P. Bike only is X. Bike only is X. Okay. So now what's the relationship between P and X? So the number of people, 4 times as many people owned a car as owned a bike only. So therefore, if this is X, P is 4 times X. So I'll write P is equals to 4 times X. That is equation number 2. Write down expression in terms of X for P. So P is 4X. And we know that this one, P plus Q equals to 66. So P plus Q, sorry, this is P. So now I'll write P plus Q is equals to 66. P is 4X. So therefore, 4X plus Q is 66. Therefore, Q is 66 minus 4X. So that's the answer for this part. So this part is done. This part is done. Let's double check. 4X and 66 minus 4X. So this is 66. This is minus and this is 4X. So that is perfect. Okay, what does it mean when it says 66 minus their A? That means if somebody had made a mistake and written 5X by mistake, so this will be considered right if they have done 66 minus 5X. So now this thing is there. It says a total of how many people? 27 people owned a bicycle. So bicycle is Q plus X. So bicycle is Q plus X and let me write it. So Q plus X is equals to how much? 27. But what is Q? So we have known that Q is 66 minus 4X. So 66 minus 4X plus X is equals to 27. 66 minus 3X is equals to 27. Negative 3X is 27 minus 66. So that's 36 plus 3, 39. Negative 3X is negative 39. Therefore, X comes out to be 13. So there it is. X comes out to be 13. That is done. And then the last part. So first of all, let me tick mark. X is found. So this is the working for 2 part A. Okay. And then it says the total number of people who were in the survey. So just include every one of them. What is P? P is 4X. That's 4 times 13. That comes out to be 39. And what about the total number of people in the survey? That is P, Q, X, and 11. P plus Q plus X plus 11. So what is P? 39. What is Q? Q is 66 minus 4X. 66 minus 4X. 4 times 13. And X is how much? 13. And this is 11. Add it all up and then you get the answer. Okay, now let's move on. Let's look at this question. The question says the Venn diagram shows the universal set and set B. So we have the universal set, that's the box. Set B is like a circle, oval shape. A union B is B. What does it mean? That means if A union B is B, in other words, A is a subset of B. That is what is meant by this. Let me give you an example. Let's say A is 1, 2, and B is 1, 2, and 3. Is a subset of B? Yes. Is A union B, excuse me, that's 1, 2, and 3. So, yes, this is true. Both things are true. That is, A is a subset of B, and A union B is 1, 2, and 3. Isn't this B itself? Yes. So this thing that I have explained over here, let me just shade it. So this thing over here is based upon this thing over here. Okay. Now, what else is there? A intersection B does not equal B. Okay. Now, what does this mean? A intersection B does not equal B. That means it's not a subset. So now I have to negate the statement. Based upon the second thing, it's no more a subset. So it's not a subset. That means there is some intersection, but it's not a subset. That's what this means. Now, what else is there? A intersection C is a null set. That is the third thing. So let me highlight this. A intersection C is a null set. That means there is nothing in common. Nothing in common. And what about the last part? The last part is B intersection C does not equal to null set. That means there is something in common. Okay, now very unusual kind of question. That means B should be intersecting with C, but A should not be intersecting with C. So what I can do is that let me draw a small circle over here. And let me draw a blue circle over here. And let me label it. This is C. And this is A. Now, let's go through the statement. Is A a subset of B? Yes, A is a subset of B, but it's not equaling to B. So that means it's not an improper subset. It's a subset, but not an improper subset. It's not an equal set. It's not. What else is there? The next statement, A intersection C is a null set. A and C are not intersecting, but B and C are intersecting. So that's what it looks like. Let me look at the answer. Okay, there it is. A is a subset of B. A and C are not intersecting. Or this is also a possibility. A is there, C is there. This whole intersection is there, but they are not intersecting among themselves. I would prefer this particular diagram. So I would prefer this one. This is better. And that is exactly what I have drawn.